Well, look at me just going on about Fidesz if it was my great lover or something, but it's not actually. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate Fidesz particularly, that thing. Usually I hate the government.
Repülőgépek és óceánok, a fülek, a fák, a mezők, a virágok, különös álmok, amiket látok. Ha egyszer éjjel hiába vártok, ez egy egyszerű dal, semmit nem akar. Néha ilyen is kell, ez egy egyszerű dal, semmit nem akar, de ennél többet nem árulhatok el.
Because it's good to have this place I'm right now at this very moment, the place of opposing anything that the government does. Because, well, let's face it, they do stupid things, so it's easy to oppose them. But, again, I have to stress it that I don't want to be a politician. I want them to solve my problems, because I believe that's their jobs. And I don't want to, well, I usually solve my problems, so it doesn't matter. But I can't solve the problems of the nations. Well, at least one nation. But even if I was the supreme leader of all the Earth's countries, I don't want to be honest, because, well, yeah, well, it's a pretty hard work, and it's very, very far from filmmaking, which I want to do in the first place. Anyway, so Fidesz rose to power, and they did stupid things, and aiding them, and now comes the good part, aiding them was Matolcsy György coming to the rescue. He was appointed financial minister when Fidesz formed the government, and was the financial minister for more than 2 years, if my memory serves me correctly, which it doesn't, so you don't have to believe me. And after that, somebody else was appointed to that position, because Matolcsy György moved on to be the head of the, what's it called again? The National Bank. Yeah, there you go. So, National Bank, I think it's a fun job. People usually report workers in a bank that they live under constant fear and a tyrant and whatever, but, you know, people like to complain, so we don't have to believe them. But these reports are certainly not about, oh my god, Matolcsy is such a great leader that I just don't know what we could have done without him. Yeah, because that would be a positive review on his work. But again, he's only human. A human who always has strange stories. Like, let me show you, or let me tell you about a couple of them. But before that, let me talk about the passing of a titan, a true titan of the Hungarian nation, an ironic yet almost beloved person, our president. Well, we don't really have presidents in the sense of the US presidents. They don't really have powers. They attend some meetings and international political whatevers, but, well, they do stuff. We don't really know what they do, because apparently, well, they have one thing: they can have a sort of a veto around about laws, which the parliament is trying to make, well, all the time nowadays. Well, what defines a president is whether they oppose the government or whether they don't. And one of our presidents was truly great and everybody loved him. I'm talking about Göncz Árpád, was our second president in line, served 2 terms, was brilliant and handled political situations with grace and dignity. Now, who followed him didn't, and after that also didn't, and then came Schmitt Pál, who was a sports minister before and had a PhD in sports. I don't know how you can do that, but I don't think he ran 1,000 meters under 5 seconds or something. I think it was some sort of theoretical thesis. But anyway, even if it's ironic to me, what do I know? I don't have proper education. I barely went through the first 4 grades. Now it's not true, but compared to Schmitt Pál, who is a political icon, a brilliant mind, who actually doesn't really have a PhD because he faked it. But, well, what do I know? Eventually, this little scandal led to his downfall. I don't mean to objectify him, which people often do, because now we have a brilliant expression in Hungarian. It's called to schmitt something. Well, that's the translation to English. And when you schmitt something, it means you copy the whole thing. And ain't Hungarian brilliant when it comes to creating new and exciting words? Oh yes, it is actually. It is brilliant, and I love this language. So because he schmitted all his work, basically, he had to leave. But of course, now you have 2 options when you're a president of a country and you have to leave. First of all, you can say sorry and you can preserve some of your dignity. Or you can say, nay, I didn't do it and this is not what I'm quitting, because I quit because something else, and thus not preserving any of your dignity. So of course, he chose the second one, so he denied everything, and even though he resigned, he said that, well, it wasn't my fault, it's everybody's fault, and whatever. I mean, think of any teenager type response from, no, I hate you, as far as, you're wrong, you're totally wrong, because of reasons. So, and anything in between, it doesn't matter. I think if you Google it, then you will find out many reasons why he resigned, but of course in Hungary we always try to change history, so obviously you should treat those things with skepticism and, well, and common sense. Anyway, going back to little Schmitt and his fiasco. After resigning, I think you're supposed to take your salary, which is due because you were a president of the country, and now you have a salary for life, apparently. Then just go away and go to places, travel the world, do stuff, and just live out your life quietly with dignity. Now, do you think he did this, or did something else which could be considered outrageous? I'll let you think about it for a second. Quiet, dignifying life, outrageous shit. Oh, supposed to be working. It seems it was working. Oh, brilliant.